Hi everyone, this is Maheshwar Reddy. In this class, I am going to deal about watchdog timer. As we studied about watchdog timer in MPMC, what is a watchdog timer? A watchdog timer is one which restarts CPU when software or hardware failure occurs. Let us see in detail. A watchdog timer is an electronic timer that is used to detect and recover from computer malfunctions. Computer malfunctions means if your computer malfunctions, that means stops working, then this watchdog timer will automatically detect and recover your computer from malfunctioning. That is the purpose why watchdog timer is used. See, in another way, the watchdog timer module restarts the system on occurrence of software problem if a selected time interval expires. That means during normal operation, the system regularly restarts the watchdog timer to prevent it from elapsing or timing out. That means when CPU did not have any problem, then it will restart the watchdog timer within specific time. Thereafter, if the system fails to restart the watchdog timer due to hardware or program error, then the timer which is present in the watchdog timer will elapse. And then what it will do, the watchdog timer will restart your CPU. In this way, watchdog timer restarts CPU when there is hardware or software failure. So here, a timeout signal is used to initiate corrective actions. What are the actions? Like placing the system in a safe state and restoring normal system operation. That is bringing back the system into normal state. And a watchdog timer can generate a non-maskable interrupt. Non-maskable interrupt means the interrupt which cannot be disabled. Watchdog timer will generate a non-maskable interrupt in order to restart your CPU when there is a failure, or a regular interrupt, or a reset when timeout value is reached. So by this way, the watchdog timer will regain the control of the system when the failure may be due to software or it may be due to external device. And next, coming to TM4C123 microcontroller, it is having two watchdog timer modules. How many modules are there? It is having two watchdog timer modules, watchdog timer 0 and watchdog timer 1. This watchdog timer 0 is clocked. That means clock signal is given by the system clock to watchdog timer 0, and watchdog timer 1 is clocked by the precision internal oscillator, which is present internally in the microcontroller. And let us discuss some features of watchdog timer. And coming to the features of watchdog timer, these are some of the features. It is having 32-bit down counter with a programmable load register. You can load a value with the help of load register so that the count begins from that value. And it is having 32-bit down counter. Down counter means it counts the value from higher value to lower value. And it is having separate watchdog clock width and enable. And it is also having programmable interrupt generation logic with interrupt masking and optional NMI function. When generate interrupts from the watchdog timer whenever time elapses, then your generated interrupt is non-maskable interrupt. And it is also having lock register protection from runaway software. That means you can lock the control register so that the software cannot write the data to that register accidentally. And watchdog timer is also having reset generation logic which can enable or disable. That means you can use watchdog timer as a general purpose timer, or you can use it for resetting processor if any hardware or failure occurs. And it is also having user enabled stalling when the microcontroller resets the CPU halt flag during debug. That means during debugging, the watchdog timer will goes into halt state. That means the counting will be stopped. That is, if the microcontroller is stopped with a debugger, then the watchdog timer stops its counting. And once the microcontroller is restarted, then the watchdog timer again continues the counting. And you can configure your watchdog timer to generate an interrupt to the controller on its first timeout, and then generate a reset signal on its second timeout. On the first timeout, you can generate an interrupt and check, and then if controller does not respond, then for the second timeout, you can restart the microcontroller. And coming to the block diagram of watchdog timer, these are the blocks present in the watchdog timer. Mainly it consists of 32-bit down counter and a comparator where we can compare the counter value with the value given to the comparator. And here you can see WDT load. WDT load means watchdog timer load register. And here WDT value, watchdog timer value register. And here this one is the control or clock or interrupt generation block, which contains the following registers: WDT CTL, WDT ICR, WDT RIS, WDT MIS, WDT lock and WDT test. Let us see each one in detail. And here the WDT CTL means watchdog timer control register. The watchdog timer control register is used to configure the watchdog timer. And how we can configure means we can configure the watchdog timer to generate a reset signal on the second timeout or an interrupt on timeout. That means if we are using watchdog timer as general purpose timer, it will generate an interrupt. If we are using watchdog timer for resetting purpose, it will generate an reset signal. Next, WDT ICR. WDT ICR means watchdog timer interrupt clear. This register is used to clear the watchdog timer interrupts. If there are any interrupt processed by the watchdog timer, that interrupts are cleared with the help of this register, interrupt clear register, and reloads the 32-bit counter from the watchdog timer load register. That means after clearing the interrupts, what it will do? It will reload the 32-bit counter with the value present in the load register. Next, watchdog timer RIS, raw interrupt status. This register, this raw interrupt status register, is used to monitor the watchdog interrupt events. Watchdog interrupt events are monitored by this raw interrupt status register if controller interrupt is masked. When the controller interrupt is masked, then this register is used to monitor the watchdog timer interrupt events. Next, WDT MIS, watchdog timer masked interrupt status. This register is used to monitor the masked interrupt events. And actually the value of this register is a logical AND operation of the raw interrupt bit and the watchdog timer interrupt enable bit. Understand? This watchdog timer masked interrupt status register is used to monitor the masked interrupt events. Next, watchdog timer lock register. This watchdog timer lock register is used to enable and disable write access to the other registers. That means you can enable and disable write access to the all the registers with the help of this lock register. Then watchdog timer test. See, this watchdog timer test is used to stop watchdog timer counting when the microcontroller is in debugging mode. When microcontroller is in debugging mode, the watchdog timer stops counting. For this purpose, this register is used, WDT test. So this register provides user-enabled stalling when the microcontroller asserts the CPU halt flag during debug. And once the microcontroller is restarted, the watchdog timer continues counting. This is the use of watchdog timer test register. Then the watchdog timer continues counting. This is the use of watchdog timer test register. Then watchdog timer load register. The watchdog timer load register is used to load a 32-bit value which is used by 32-bit counter. A 32-bit counter is there, no? The value which is loaded into the watchdog timer load register will be taken by the 32-bit counter and it will start down counting from this value. And then watchdog timer value. This watchdog timer value register contains the current count value of the timer. What it holds? It will hold the current value of the timer. That is, the present count present in this 32-bit down counter will appear in the watchdog timer value register. And this is about the block diagram of watchdog timer present in the TM4C 123. Thank you.